He is eating. Where'd I go? So both of us are gone right now. If our screens are off, we're gone. How miserable. But no, I'll be here. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Okay, let's see. We wanted to come on. Good evening, everyone. Wanted to come on because there's some interesting things. Um, did you want to talk about the drones before we start with the other stuff? Anybody?
No, the only thing I was just worried about is and wondering about is why they were saying that most of the drones in Jersey are by a military artillery place where they have all the weapons and stuff.
And didn't you? Okay, so
And they're also in New York
New York,
and Connecticut.
right? And the way there's no real military arsenal in Connecticut, I think, but since the Long Island Sound is right there, it's between Long Island and Connecticut. That's the water, body of water. It would be very easy for drones to just fly right over to Connecticut. So we have New York, Connecticut, and New Jersey, right?
Yeah,
And that's it? Where are they
that's
headed?
the only places. And it's funny because it's the opening of the news broadcast.
What do you mean?
That's the first story that they talk about on the news.
Right. Is it a distraction?
I believe it's a distraction. I believe
From what?
something's coming down the pike. I don't know because you don't know what these sneaky Democrats are up to and these Illuminati suckers and the swamp creatures and
And where I
cut
think
it
they're
out.
all gone. I think they're all gone. And
Well, their counterparts are doing it then. Somebody on top ain't gone. The puppet master.
the military, regardless of what Biden being in office, would do their own shit because they don't need an okay from Biden to go and see
But
what
you
these
can't
drones are
trust the
up to.
military anymore since the
Since Trump,
presidency switched hands.
oh, come on, Trump was in office for 4 years and most of those guys turned their backs on Biden. The military is being quiet because they're told to from the commander in chief, and that is President Trump, and he has been president. He's going to go for
All the
20
time
years now.
Biden claims he was in office. Yeah,
Right.
I know.
There is nothing left. It's an act to wake up the others, not you, Mama, because you're not sleeping. But you're still getting wrapped into it because you're watching too much of their bullshit. That's for the people that are not awake. We are awake. Joe, can you at least share to the groups, please? The reason we came on, we watch sometimes that oh God, what's his name? Tyler Hansen. He's the one that tries to put people together. They look a lot like each other, and um it was very interesting because he brought up today Robin Williams. Mama Helen and I both agree Melinda Gates was Robin Williams. Okay. That's recent. Remember Mrs. Doubtfire? This isn't impossible. Even Eddie Murphy dressed up as an old black woman, right? It's not
Yes,
impossible.
Eddie Murphy did a lot of scenes
He
in
did the
different
same stuff
costumes
that
in
Robin
the
did.
same movie.
There you go. Right, right. The scientist one, right? Yeah.
That one and
Professor something. Nutty Professor. Can't believe I remembered that. But it doesn't matter about the movies. The point is that they can do this. And I've been
yeah,
saying for
and then there was
years
another one where he played 5 different roles.
where he what? I
He
didn't hear.
played in one of the movies. I think it was Coming to America. He played
I,
five different people sitting in the same room.
Coming to America is what I think of Elon Musk. Yes. Okay. So yeah, it can be done. Now, we do agree that, and then we hear about this Uncle Pappy. Let me show you. Let me show you Uncle Pappy. Hold on for a second. Let me see if I can get this guy up because it's bizarre. Um,
Yeah, a
he
little too
came
bizarre.
a little too bizarre. He came out, what we could find was as the latest, what was it, the summer? This summer, July 2024. That was like, it might have been May. I think Joe found May on TikTok. I don't have TikTok. I do
March.
have Instagram
March,
from
March.
March. Okay. And I found in Instagram he was, now look at this guy. I mean, you can't make this shit up. Guys, now Melinda Gates, Mama pointed out, separate, they're divorced, or they divorced or separate, whatever. The two are separated, the Gates. And now we have Uncle Pappy coming out. Let me just share with you guys, and you'll see what I'm saying. This is unreal. I mean, if you guys, if you don't see that this is fucking Robin Williams, I'll ring you next personally. You have to be dumb as shit. Okay? You really do. It took me seconds. Seconds. You look at his, and it's funny because he hides some of his body. You'll see. You look him up yourselves. I'll show you one or two. Let me see. Where's the, oh, there it is.
To another boat and he's screaming, "You idiot, you crashed into me, what the hell are you doing?" And then the fog clears and the other boat is empty. And it's a beautiful reflection on the uselessness of anger and getting mad, and it really is about yourself. But I got a question, man. Why does it matter that the boat was empty, man? What if someone was in that boat? What if they were hurt? What if they
Are
were
you
lost?
fucking serious right now?
How lost does someone have to be
Look
before
at
you
the
give them the
mouth.
benefit of the doubt?
Look
How hurt
at
does
him!
someone have
It's
to be for
him!
you to not yell at them, man?
Look at this shit, people. And he's got 1 million fans. 1 million fans in a matter of months. Why? Because they all know these people are awake and they know it's Robin fucking Williams. Now, the rest of you need to fucking wake up. The rest of you need to wake up. This was an act. The poor guy had to play a woman yet again for his final role. Wasn't a big role, and now he's living with lily pads somewhere. And the funny thing is, it's, Tyler, what's his name? Tyler Hansen.
Hanson.
He picks out things. He likes to, like an artist would, how things look. He picked out dots on his arm that he has in The Hook is the only movie he could find with Robin Williams topless. And he has a scar, and you're supposed to think that the scar is from the movie The Hook, but it's not. And then in one of these videos, I'm not going to go through them because I don't remember which one. I don't know which one it is, but he's mowing his
It
lawn,
is
I
not
think.
death.
He's mowing his lawn, and you get to see the bottom half of him. Most of the time, he's in the water.
A lot of people ask if I'm scared of the alligators while I'm swimming around in a lake, and the answer is no, brother. I don't know why, but them scaly critters
Are
don't
you
bother me at all.
serious?
But I'll tell you this, and I know it don't make no sense, but my number one fear in the world is sharks, man. Sharks scare the absolute crap out of me, man. And I'm here in the ocean.
Are you fucking? I mean, you can't make this shit up. Look at him, people.
Yeah, and if you notice in a lot of the pictures too, he's wearing shades.
He has
This
shades
one
on
is
now.
not, and you could still see his eyes from when he was in Mork and Mindy,
Yep. Yep.
and when he was on
He's not
stage being a
hiding it.
comedian.
There's no reason to hide it anymore. That's why he was able to come out. Because you're gonna have to tell the world, and Robin Williams and Junior and Princess Di, or some of the few that people will trust. Because who else is going to convince these
Yeah, because
people? They're
even
not,
when
they're
he
not
was
going to believe Trump or
right,
Trump's staff.
he was like George. He
George,
was like
no, Mama, we're losing you. We're losing you. Mama, stop. Mom,
was telling us
no, we can't hear you.
in his
You
comedy
gotta,
shows. What?
we can't hear you at all. We couldn't hear anything you just said.
Do you remember? Do you remember when he was on stage doing comedy shows?
Yes, I watched Robin Williams live at the Met at least 200 times.
He was telling us.
No kidding.
He was telling us the same as George Carlin what
Oh, I
this
know.
fucking sneaky world is up to.
I said it at live at the Met. He said, doesn't it look like Prince Charles is sleeping with somebody in the family? Something to that effect. He says it, meaning they're fucking inbreds.
Hmm.
Now, the other thing that this guy brings up, God, what I hate the name Taylor. Like Taylor, like I'm such a little girly boy. I hate Taylor. That's like a little, I'm a millionaire, kids of a millionaire or something. Taylor. That's why I never remember. Anyhow,
Tyler,
sorry, Taylor.
Tyler.
Tyler, Taylor, same. Yes, they're both ugly. I'm sorry. I'm just weird with shit like that. But he even brings up the fact, and it was one of the things I thought about too, because one of his greatest roles was Popeye, right? And Popeye's father is known as anybody?
Happy.
Happy. Pappy? Remember? Yeah. That's pretty odd, don't you think, guys? Please wake up. Please fucking wake up. And yes, there's more. Joan Benet Ramsey. He's not, I'm sorry, Taylor, Tyler, whatever the fuck your name is. You're not the first person to discover this because we knew this way long ago about Perry, but I'm glad he brings it up and I'm not going to even play the volume. Just look. Just look. That's that's the baby and that's the woman. That's the baby. That's the woman. He's going to show you. Watch.
Hello, Joe. Say hello.
What?
Say hello to Joseph.
Hi, Joseph.
Hello, Joseph.
Now, we had been talking about it before I even saw this, that there's no doubt in my mind. I know Ghislaine Maxwell was at the beauty pageant. I have as much of a picture being there. You can definitely see her profile. She was at the damn pageant, which most of people that sex traffic would be, right? If you're going to get little kids, where are you going to get good looking little kids, right? So the father, Mr. Ramsey, worked for IBM. There's no doubt that he was asked or paid for them to take the kid. And whatever little girl they found in the basement was not the same little girl. They had to go to the right doctors, go to the right DA, um, uh, who's the ones, the MDs, the right, all the paperwork, all the teeth are changed. This isn't hard for people like that have control of everything, right? And then they have the girl that they killed, raped and killed, probably, most likely, dead on their basement floor to pretend to be this little girl. That's how it works. Who know?
And
Who
then
that
he
the
went
other one could have been Psycho. It could have been the one not Psycho. Oh God, my head. The one from Heather O'Rourke. It could have been her it might have been around the same time, right? Who knows? No, I think Heather was earlier, but that's how it works. This no doubt because yeah, you see he likes to show the marks. That's great. Great research there. Tyler, whatever.
And it was no coincidence too that the father messed up the crime scene
Yes.
by moving the baby. And this is why they never showed you any pictures or anything. And there was
That's already suspicious.
no scenes of breaking and entering to get into the house to kill her.
Right.
And he was seen in pictures with the red shoes, which is a typical Illuminati bullshit. This kid was sacrificed.
Yes. There's some of what this guy says I don't believe. Like, he thinks that Elvis is what? Oh, is
Trump.
Barron Trump the son of Elvis? No. No, Elvis ain't having sex at 60 something years old. Well, maybe. I don't even want to go through that one. But one of the other ones he brought up that we watched earlier, oh, he says he figured out the 27 Club. Good for you. We all knew about it. We're not idiots. You didn't figure
What
it out, my
about Jim
friend.
Morrison? Jim Morrison was what was that guy's name?
Rush Limbaugh. He was
Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah. And he just, what did he die when he was 70? Because that was when they killed him. Because he did do horrible things. But he tried by becoming Rush, I think. I think that's what happened.
And Morgan Freeman is what do you call it? Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah. Yep, that's the 27 Club. So I don't know what he figured out. Maybe I'll watch
And
it. Maybe I
Janis
won't.
Joplin were in the 27 Club. They were all
Yes.
26, 27 when they died.
But you see, what this kid doesn't know is that they've already been to Trump's rallies. Like, I don't know how long he's been doing this to have 22,000 subscribers, but he's wrong about a lot of stuff because they've been to Trump's rallies like 8 years ago. It was like they were sitting in back of him, and I think it was in Michigan. All of them, like a whole bunch of them. And it was so fucking obvious. I mean, I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed how obvious some of this shit is. And you still got to smack some people. Please wake up. Please wake up. We're trying to get rid of the evil here. This is no joke. The other thing that this guy brings up is was the Bible was the Nephilims, which are the giants, which is why we have a president's son that is 6'9". He was done the correct way. He has some kind of blood in him. I believe that Melania does. Melania had something in her. I forgot what it was. Some people say the Romanovs, which would be not
but
her
isn't she
fault.
tall for a woman though?
She's my sister.
Yeah, she's 5'11".
5'11".
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, she's tall.
No, I'm not denying
I
that's
wonder
a
if her
reason why
family
he could
is
be
tall.
tall, but
I wonder if her mom or her dad is tall. Probably.
And Trump
Oh, we're losing you.
yeah, Mama, no good. You got to stop holding the phone like that. Mama, Ma,
We're
Mom,
losing you.
Mom,
Trump
Mom.
is 6 foot.
That's Stewart.
Trump.
We can't hear you.
Trump is 6'4".
There you
Yes.
go.
Yeah. So what was the other thing? The other thing with the paintings, right? He did something. Oh, they found a painting behind another painting.
Yeah.
And he was like, I remember this from a movie. Let me tell you, friend, I really like you, but that's a very, I mean, any art historian could tell you that paintings behind paintings have been done for centuries, probably before that. But anyhow, it is cute that he learned it from a movie, which the movie is telling too. It does say things that would work into biblical context and satanic context. I don't remember the name of the movie because unlike him, I don't watch them. So the painting behind this other painting that they found recently, though, he said it was in Italy, right? Which makes sense. I think it was Italy, was Saint George. Saint George is also he said there's a statue of Saint George in Ohio, I believe he said, in front of a church. So this saint really existed. But what he became a saint for was slaying a dragon. And that's exactly what the statue depicts. It was a small dragon, it looked like, but the painting had, he didn't mention it, but it does have skulls and bones and stuff. So you see this guy on the horse and he's fighting this dragon. It's smaller than he is.
They always sensationalize things, though, don't they?
Well, wait a second. Could be a baby, right?
Yeah. There
And
you go.
he kills it. And that's why he becomes a saint. So this is forgotten history. Dragons are real.
Mm.
Oh my God. So we're fucking dinosaurs. How hard is it to believe dragons from dinosaurs?
Exactly.
We have birds that fly. Is it so hard to believe that some other reptilians could have flown back where we went? I mean, come on. The other conspiracy with dragons is that mountains are resting and they look like them. They look like dragons, and dragons are known to sleep for millennia. They sleep for centuries and centuries, hoarding their gold and diamonds and jewels. Now, what does that sound like? Let's not get into our gold beliefs and stuff yet again, right? Very, very good.
Another one.
I'd like to
Another
talk to
one.
this kid. I mean, not that I'm not always right either, but I've been doing it a lot longer, I promise you. I'm sorry, Mama, what?
Another one he did was saying that Selena is Jennifer Lopez.
Mm.
Selena?
Yeah.
Which one's Selena?
Selena was, remember that movie Selena with Jennifer Lopez? She played the Tex-Mex singer.
Oh, I don't watch shit. Why would I know any movie?
Well, that movie's old. It's old. So
How old is Beyonce?
I don't know. She came
She's
up
got
when
a
she's got to be in her early 40s. Like, I would say early 40s.
I haven't watched TV in like 25 fucking years. Or more. No, sorry, almost more. Like 18 or 19, I really stopped. I would stream, I'd watch what I wanted to watch. Don't get me wrong,
What?
I did watch some movies that I wanted to, like the Avengers or no, I didn't watch the Avengers. I watched X-Men and stuff. See, I can't even remember the shit now, but I watched all that stuff. But about 9 or 10 years ago, I couldn't even sit to watch a movie. When I moved to Florida, I couldn't even sit to watch a fucking movie. It all gets me sick because I know. I know. How old is Beyonce?
Beyonce is 43 years old.
Did you hear that?
Yep.
43.
I said early 40s.
So how old was she when she made?
Beyonce wasn't in it. Jennifer Lopez was in the movie Selena.
Oh, Jennifer Lopez. See, I know any of them. Who the fuck is she? Okay. Jennifer Lopez. How old is Jennifer Lopez then?
Jennifer Lopez is 50 something. 51, 52.
Yeah, because she dated a gape guy, Ben Affleck. He always had it so.
She dated P. Diddy. She married and had twins with Mark Anthony.
Oh, so she was a darker skinned Madonna.
She was a fly girl on that show in Living Color. She was a dancer.
Now the name of the movie is Selena.
Yes.
So I don't know. I don't understand what you're telling me here then. That she's
What
the girl in the movie?
she played her in the movie,
Okay.
and Tyler Hansen says that she is Selena.
Who's Celine? I don't know who Celine. Who is she?
Selena
Mexican singer.
is a Mexican singer, and her
Mhm.
family was her band and her backup.
Yep.
And she got killed by
A fan.
supposedly
Her
she got
number one
killed by
fan. Her number one fan.
I do
her
Who's,
remember
number
that
one
now.
fan.
she started a fan group for
Thank
her.
you. I do remember that now. Okay. Yeah. Yep. And it was her number one fan killed it, right? You had to say that, triggered the memory. Well, yeah. Anybody could look like anything now with operations, guys. You know?
And no, man, they have those masks. Right? And those masks, you can look like anybody you want to.
Yep. And the right makeup for when they put makeup on these people to make them look like monsters and aliens and shit in the movies.
There you go.
That they sit there for 6 hours and put this shit on. Now they made it easier. They get an impression of somebody's face, and they make a head mask that goes all the way down to the chest.
Have you
Right.
not seen the ones that they just put on? I mean, you could make a whole new face with just this. Oh, that movie is 1997.
Yeah, it's old.
Yeah. No, when I was in college, I didn't watch TV. I was sleeping at school. I loved school. They don't
Hey,
look alike at all. I'll say that. Unless that's not, well, that has to be
No,
her.
Selena really wasn't that pretty.
Yeah, they don't look like it.
But
Yeah, but
then neither is Jennifer Lopez without makeup.
without all the shit that they do to them, without her hair being dyed and, without her makeup,
Being
I look like
airbrush.
shit without makeup. I look a lot prettier. I get it. You don't have your hairbrush, you look like a Biden bag lady Biden lover. But when you're all nice and kempt, you look pretty, right? I don't know. They spend thousands on I can't say if it is or isn't. I really don't know. I don't know them too well. Beyonce, I know, is Black Illuminati. Jennifer Lopez, I'm not sure. We were talking about Jennifer Hudson, which lost her whole family, right? And Trump let her live in his hotel in New York. I think it was the New York hotel for as long as she needed to.
Which ended up over a year.
But now, thinking of,
Now all of a sudden, and she was fat. Now all of a sudden, she's like really skinny. She became famous. She's a singer. She's this, she's that. So her family was sacrificed also.
that's the point. Thank you. That's the point. Where Trump didn't know it back then. When was that? It had to be before 2012. Maybe not.
Yeah, it was
Let me see.
around
When did Jennifer
14.
Hudson? Let me look it up, baby. That's why we have. When did Jennifer Hudson's family die? I want to be direct. 2008. Fucking A. So Trump didn't know. They knew a lot of stuff. Trump knew a lot of stuff because it's Jesse Ventura. It makes absolutely no sense that he was talking to Ventura in 1999 about starting a reform party, a new fucking party. People, mega. They knew it. Trump knew it a long time, but they didn't have half the people down. You get it? Once you understand about 1999 and the event horizon, and who died before that? Right before that was Junior, and before that was Princess Di. There's no coincidences. I always thought 2012 was when I believe a lot more was pushed out, and conspiracists, maybe such as myself, were getting hints, more and more hints. They started pushing it out to the people their own way as they could, because there was still so many the evil out there to get them. I mean, you have to look up the event horizon. You probably find it on Rumble. As a matter of fact, let me show you because I always wanted to play it. I bet I have it. And Joe, we never finished the last one with AJ, which was pretty good. The Horrors of Plum Island. I was just talking to you about that, Mama, because that's, people don't know that's New York. That's by Montauk. That's where all those weird turtle seal, half animal, half people looking things would wash to shore in
Right.
Montauk, Long Island.
Yeah, that's right.
Plum Island,
Yeah, we were talking
across
about that
the
before.
Montauk. I remember that name, Montauk.
And Plum Island was, oh, look at this, Jay-Z. I have Jay-Z. I like that song, damn it. Alicia Keys. Well, I don't like Jay-Z in it, so that's good. I don't know why it says Jay-Z. There you go. I knew I had it.
Good morning. I'm Sergeant Robert Horton, United States Army Special Operations. I was a psychological operations specialist from 1999 to 2012, and I'm also a son of
I remember this. God, we watched this so fucking long ago.
In my ear to see me, though. Did you hear that? Did you hear what he said? 2012.
Mm-hmm.
What did I just say? Because that's when others were being notified. Even the army, the generals were coming together. Who's that famous general, Mama? The one that
Millie?
no, 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 no. The good guy, the good guy. He's on Telegram a lot. He's the one, McInerney.
Oh. McInerney.
McInerney?
McInerney. I know. I remember that name. McInerney.
Oh yeah, because he
I
was
remember
top.
that name.
Him and Flynn and Flynn's brother and a few others. I can't believe it. Maybe they won't let me say this shit, but I don't know.
General McInerney.
They all knew. They were all head Q or part of it at least. Okay. And
Thomas
Um,
McInerney.
what
Right?
did you, what?
Thomas McInerney?
I don't know. Did you look it up?
Yeah.
I mean, why are you asking? I obviously can't remember his name. Is it General McInerney?
Lieutenant General Thomas G. McInerney. Yep,
That's
he's
him
a
then.
two-star.
Yeah, he's like 80 something.
Mhm.
Because what he basically said one time, and it really got my attention, and it might not seem much to you, but he was like, it's all in Trump's hands now. Let's see what he does. Meaning, will he turn bad? Because you have so much power, you could corrupt the fucking world, or you're given so much power that you can make the world a peaceful place.
Now, wasn't Trump a Democrat in 12?
I'm not sure. He was
I had heard he was.
he was a Democrat most of his life. He became
This is just for
independent.
the people.
Well, no, he didn't really care.
Oh.
When was Trump an independent?
According to Wikipedia, in 1999,
Fuck
he changed
me.
his party affiliation to the Independence Party of New York.
Trying.
In August 2001, Trump changed his party affiliation to Democratic. In September 2009, he changed his party affiliation back to the Republican Party. In December 2011, Trump changed to no party affiliation, independent.
It works
I
out.
love him. I love him, man.
It just works out perfectly.
does.
99, the event horizon, when Jesse Ventura went up to him and asked him to do the Reform Party, he changed to an independent, a non-affiliation. Guys, please, it's hard to understand. Robert Horton here, he's really good. It's not easy to understand. I've listened to him like 3 or 4 times and I still don't get it all down. See, right here, he's actually explaining indoctrination. He really is. Here,
the
we'll listen for a
American
minute.
Revolution. Now, everyone is wondering about this Russell J. Gould and David Wynn Miller story. And everybody wants to know what in the world is going on with that.
That's the event
What does it
horizon.
mean? right? Okay, but to understand what it means, you have to understand what's going on planet Earth that you all need to be made aware of so you can understand what it is these guys are talking about, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to go back to the beginning. This is a very old Masonic system that's operating here on planet Earth, and it is all based upon shipping and postal wars
Maritime law.
that have morphed into banking wars. Okay, so the three really work together hand in hand, but the banking warfare has really kicked off here as of late in relation to this whole thing. So when you're born here on this planet, or here on this planet, you are born of the water, right? Because this is a shipping war. You're all captured in a shipping warfare that you're unaware of, that you've been captured into.
Yeah.
So when you're born of your mother's water. And you are docked as a vessel by a doctor who is a registered harbor master by the port authorities and authorized by the Department of Transportation. And when you are docked by the doctor, you are then harbored in the harbor in a vessel in dry dock known as a hospital, which is considered to be a boat parked on the land. Okay? But when you're born and harbored by the harbor master in this vessel in dry dock, you are considered a ward of the state. So you are placed into a maternity ward. Why are you a ward of the state? Because you have not yet been brought under the laws of this old school Masonic system.
That's right. I'm not gonna keep playing this. You guys must watch it yourself. The man is all over now. I mean, I saw this like, I don't know, 5, 6 years ago, and it just blew my mind. It's still hard to understand. But the terminology, a maternity ward. You get it? A doctor, indoctrination. The water, a mom's water break. I mean, it's so fucked up. But this is also where sovereignty comes in. Now, those two men that he first, Gould, and I forgot the other one's name already. Gould is still alive. The other one they beat the shit out of, killed him by beating him to death. But Gould is still alive, and he is one of the ones in charge of the quantum financial system. He is helping that go, and he says it's going well. You can look him up too. Horton will say his name again. You can find, I can't remember his first name. This stuff is real, my friends. It's real. They have had us controlled. And if you saw the sign that he used as the world, it's old columns. The old columns, because that's how long they've been in control, since Caesar. Right? Do we understand?
Yep. I'm
I
not sure if it was this one I saw, but I saw another guy explaining it the same thing. Maybe it was this video.
This is about, that one's about 2 hours long, I think. I mean, if you haven't watched The Fall of the Cabal, you better. You better watch it. She doesn't start, and by the way, they think she's dead. She ain't dead. She was a fucking general or captain or what, lieutenant. I don't give a shit. She's one of them. Anybody that's coming out right now is part Q. And then we have the actors like Jim Carrey and Robin Williams playing their roles. They must play the most serious roles of their lifetime. There's no way that Robin Williams is just coming out now in the last 4 months for no reason. We knew back then the power was already weak. I've been saying Soros has been gone for about 2.5, 3 years.
Yep.
I just can't explain how positive I am. I wish I knew. I wish I knew how I know these things. Some things I can't explain. I'll try my best, but I can't always get it.
Well, first of all, that fucking guy is older than fucking dirt.
Yeah, right? It makes sense that he would have just passed away. But the fact that all the other bad passed, a lot of bad that we're seeing has passed. We're not even seeing the right Diddy. That's not P. Diddy. People.
No, that's a clone.
Yeah, I don't care what you want to call it, a clone, an actor, whatever it is, whatever you want to believe in personally, fine, just believe it's not him, because it ain't him. All right? There's a lot of people that are not the people that they are. So, the other thing I wanted to bring up was that what's his name? Luigi Mangione?
Mangione.
Mangione. Um well, we were looking, I don't see a difference. Mama thinks it's a different person,
I don't.
but there is something really wicked going on about that. I haven't seen enough pictures though, Mama, but it seems like his beard pulls his chin to look differently, and his eyebrow constantly looks the same. His right eyebrow is he's got almost the
A
unibrow,
unibrow
Unibrow.
almost.
The
almost,
unibrow.
but the right one is prominent. It sticks out most. It goes over his nose, and it
So do you
seems like
think
that.
he's the killer, or do you not think he's the killer?
No, he was a patsy. He was a patsy. He worked for somebody else. There's something else. But you see what
That's what I said from the beginning.
yeah, I know, and I agreed with you after I understood the story. But the um fucking fur, I still have fur on me. The whole thing, all right, the wife hated him. See, I think he was probably gone before this, that CEO. You get it? Like Nancy Pelosi's in the hospital. Nancy Pelosi's dead, right? Somebody else is playing her. I could see that about 2.5 years ago. I remember she was during COVID, so it might have been longer. She was in her house. She had a green screen in back of her, which makes no sense. You don't tell me Nancy Pelosi doesn't have a bookshelf where they had to use a green screen with a fake bookshelf in back of her. I know it was a green screen.
Oh, come on. They showed her two refrigerators side by side.
Right. So why not? Right. But this was a green screen, absolutely a green screen. And she's talking, and I'm like, holy shit, that's not Pelosi. That was the first time, and I just knew it. And then I knew it was a green screen first. That made me look at it harder, you know? Because why? Why use a green screen? I mean, why would she have a green screen? And that's even a better question. Why would somebody bring one? Right? When you have a green screen up, like right now, I don't have my shit up in the back, but things are a little messed up when we have green screens up. You know, it's not a very perfect picture. Our hands, our hair, our face goes in and out a little bit. Just like I said, 9/11, Hillary Clinton called Anderson Cooper when a little while, like hours after she fainted. There was static. Can you guys hear me perfectly? All right. We've been Zooming
Yes.
for 6 years.
Yeah, I
You're
can hear
telling
it.
me you're telling me that either Hillary, that has probably 20 phones around her, or Anderson Cooper's what show did he do? What news? I don't, whatever. You're gonna
CNN.
tell me that the station didn't have a good connection?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And they're both
No,
in New
they're trying to
York.
hide a voice, people. Hmm?
Oh yeah.
They're they're both in New York.
Yes, they're both in New York.
Direct lines
They're
to
both
each
in
other.
New York. It made no sense. You could go and look it up yourself. Anderson Cooper's another one. Why do you think he got him out of the CIA? Because he was a twerp, a little gay twerp that was raped his whole fucking life. All right? They got him out of there
Well, look
and they
who his
figured,
mother
oh, he'd
is.
be cute enough to be on the show. Let him host. Say it again.
Look who his mother was.
Vanderbilt.
Yep.
That's another thing we learned today, isn't it, Mama? What did Vanderbilt own? Before we, we were looking up Jared Kushner because nobody's, people question him. It's questionable, right? They've been together for a year, I think from 2000. I think they got married
9.
2009,
Yeah.
Ivanka and Jared, right? And they had been dating before that. And they broke up in 2008 because Jared's parents had difficulties probably with the religion. She had to turn Jewish to marry him. Kushner, Jewish name, right? Trump has Jewish grandkids. Um, Mm, the building he owns, I'm skipping back and forth here. The building he owns is 660 Fifth Avenue. Used to be 666 Fifth Avenue. They changed it. A lot of people still remember 666 and think of Jared and blah blah blah. It's called, what was it? The Tinsman? Tishman?
Tishler.
Tishman's building.
Tishler.
That's why
No,
they think he's bad. Maybe that's why they think he's bad because of 666.
listen to me, will you? Just no. They think he's bad because he's all right. Anyhow, um, well, the family owns it, not Jared. You know, it's a real estate building now. And the weird thing is who owned it before and sold it to him was the Vanderbilt family. Now there's where it gets a little twisted, right? I mean, I haven't done much more research on it, but it's just pretty interesting. But what I do gather is that I think if Jared and the family, if the Kushners are bad, Jared was young enough to be saved, or he decided to leave that evil. I don't believe, I think it's the same person. I have seen pictures where it doesn't look like him, but that could be because they have actors too. You know? You know, it happens. People, they got a bad letter, you know, a letter saying they're going to be killed or something. Then the actor goes
Yeah,
out.
but it's not easy to get out of the Illuminati alive. That's why a lot of these people fake their death.
It is when you have the
Like
help of
Michael
Q and
Jackson.
Trump and yes. Oh my God. Did you guys see my thumbnail from yesterday? I should have put it in the episode before the show before that, because that's when we were talking about Vincent Fusca.
Come on,
I
get down.
forgot. I totally, and it's very unlike me to forget. He looks so much like John Denver. I mean, to a T. And if you have been listening to the show at all, you will know that Pennsylvania is country. Because I've said it,
Mountains.
all mountains, all country. And what is John Denver? What is he like?
Thank God I'm a country boy.
Yeah. I mean, West Virginia, country
Yep.
mama.
Mount Mama.
Take me home.
Take me
Be
home,
perfect
country
for him to
road.
see people that were asked to be in the Illuminati. They're not asked like that, you know. They're steps. They take tons of steps before they even get on the ring of the ladder. Okay, to be honest with you. But all he needed, because he played God's little friend. Are you kidding? John Denver? I love John Denver. I mean, folk music, forget about it. Leaving on a jet plane. Okay, so if he was going to live anywhere, it would be freaking Pennsylvania. It just makes fucking sense. Guess what? Guess what I found out too? I did a little research. He's 5'9", the same height as Vincent Fusca. Because the one guy was like, a lot of the conspiracists believe it's JFK Jr. But JFK Jr. is like 6'1" or 6'2" or something like that. And this guy is 5'9", 5'10". They said it. And if you look at him, you could tell. You could really tell he looks like the size of my husband's height. All right? And and then I look it up, John Denver. And I'm looking at these faces. People. Look at the thumbnail. Download it for yourself. The noses are precisely the same.
The eyes, too.
The eyes, oh my God, those beautiful, almost like, I cried when Michael Landon died, when John Denver died. I mean, there's certain people that just hit home, right? That they're just so, there's a lot. I mean, I'm not a groupie, but these people were beautiful. Michael Landon, I believe, is not around. I have not heard anything about him. But if
No, I think he's gone.
yeah, I think Patrick Swayze and Michael Landon are gone, but Denver outran them. Did Denver die afterwards, maybe? That could be.
I think so, yeah. And in a plane crash.
His plane, yeah, into the I think
So how can you decipher if that was him or not? You know what I'm saying? See, just
JFK
like
Jr.
Michael Jackson and Michael Jackson
Yeah, right.
faked his death.
Absolutely.
You've seen videos of him coming out of a fucking ambulance or the coroner's truck, walking. And then he was
I
sitting
don't
at his own funeral dressed up as a woman.
that I saw. That I saw. The other one I did not see, where he comes out of the truck. But the thing is, I'm not sure. Michael Jackson is probably a clone, guys. Sorry. There's a lot of them. Because when he got burnt from Pepsi, you know how much grease he had in his hair? That was a mercury light. There's no way that guy you couldn't get that shit off of him fast enough. It's like acid burning down. I really believe that he's Dave. And if you don't know who Dave is, look him up. Dave was also on Larry King, so he's not a nobody, you know. It's like there's something going on, people. Please, guys, please, oh God
Even
in
when
heaven, help
Dave
everybody.
talked, even when Dave talked, you could hear Michael Jackson's
It
voice.
was Michael Jackson. Now, is Michael Jackson that burnt? Is it really him? I don't know. When you see Dave, you'll understand what I mean. But Dave has the bodyguard there. Michael Jackson's bodyguard is next to him. There's a bunch of stories about Michael Jackson. I believe one time Michael Jackson wanted to go to a movie with a friend, but he didn't want to be bothered. So he put on a couple of things just to hide him a little bit, not much, but he goes, just call me Dave for the rest of the day to his friend. And it's the bodyguard that's telling the story. Just call
Yes.
me Dave for the rest of the day. He would go by that name. People, I ain't making this shit up. Please, please, please. I'm just so
And he
tired.
got pinned out by a fan at that movie theater.
Did he?
Yes, he did. That's Michael Jackson.
Yeah, because like I said, he didn't overly protect himself. Because sometimes he'd go into makeup for a couple of hours just to go outside. But I guess he wanted to see a movie that day or something, and he didn't want to wait that long, you know? Feel bad for these people. Also, he was definitely asked the Illuminati. If he wasn't in it already. I don't,
He was
I
trying
don't,
to get out of it, and he called out Sony 2 days before he was supposed to start his last concert. He was getting ready for the concert, and he was on stage, and he fucking outed Sony and a few others about robbing people's music and all kinds of stuff like that.
oh, I do remember that, Robin the Music,
And
right.
then he was getting phone calls that he was going to die, and he was on the phone with somebody. There was a telephone conversation that will you stop, Cindy? Listen, whatever your viewer thing is, add one more because Cindy's in here.
I wish I could. I was gonna get at the baby when they first had the baby. Remember, he was hanging the baby over the balcony.
Yeah, with the blanket over the baby's face.
Right. People, this was not an accident. He was supposed to kill it. That's how you get into the Illuminati. And they wanted him to kill his firstborn in front of a bunch of people because he probably did something wrong. And he had to make up for it because that's what the Illuminati does.
That wasn't his firstborn, it was his last.
Whichever. They go through hazing. That's where the colleges, the Ivy Leagues got it from. Where do you think fraternities and sororities came from, people? If you think they're good, they are not.
Right. Check out the background of these Ivy Leagues, how far
Exactly.
back it goes.
Disgusting. It's them. It's them. I mean, not in the CUNY schools, not in the smaller schools, but the Ivy
No,
League,
we're talking about the Harvards, the
Oxfords, yeah,
yeah, the big,
the
yeah, the
Princetons.
major ones.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Because
And
who
especially
could
the
afford
ones
them?
that do law.
Say again?
Harvard Law School.
Yeah. Harvard fake. None of them know law. Obama knew law, but he didn't know how many states we had. Really, people? Really?
Well, he wasn't born here. How would he know?
Right. But it doesn't even matter. The fact is, he didn't know law either. Did he ever have to
He
bring up
was
anything
groomed.
lawful? No, he had to talk like a fucking, like a suave black man.
He was right. They fucking used a lot of etiquette classes on him to fucking
That's right.
class his ass up.
See,
Because he
that's
was
what
nothing but a hood rat,
I
fag,
believe.
drug addict.
I do believe he was in hiding for about 10 years before he went to Chicago. And in hiding as one of um what's his name? Bin Laden? Not Bin
Yeah,
Laden. Was it Bin Laden? Yeah, Bin Laden. He played Bin Laden, I'm pretty sure. See, because it's an act.
I got one better for you about Bin Laden. Bin Laden was an FBI.
American FBI?
Hmm.
Yes.
Well, of course it's American FBI.
I heard that too.
Yeah, I heard that too. Um,
But where is he?
but what does that mean? Because I've heard it too. Was he playing a role? I mean, what does that even mean?
Yeah, and it's funny how Obama was the one who found out where Bin Laden was and had those SEALs go in there and kill him or whatever. Nobody ever found his body. They said they threw it in the sea.
Hmm. Which is not, no, it should have been brought home. It should have been brought home because they would have,
Well, they said they couldn't show you his body because they shot him up too bad.
shit.
They were afraid it was going to be they would make him a martyr.
The man that killed thousands of people in one day,
Hmm.
and you think Americans don't want to see him dead on his feet?
Exactly. Exactly.
Dead off his feet? No, guys. No, it's true. I even said it to my father. I remember watching the news and I said, no, wait. And I was like, no, did that happen? No way. I said, where is it? Why don't we have the body here? My father wouldn't say anything to me about politics. He'd be like, after a while, we used to talk back and forth, but after a while, I just controlled the topic. Because I was always like this, people. Just, my sister will tell you. All right. We do have another
And
kitten host.
that's why that scumbag president we had in office, Bush, at the time, when he was making
Mhm.
believe he was reading to the kids in the library in Maryland. That's why he said he wanted to start that fucking war with that country and blamed it on Bin Laden, who he knew
Afghan.
fucking well and good that he was fucking FBI. See how they fucking turn on each
Well, I,
other?
I don't see the FBI taught, we were told that either the CIA or FBI taught them how to fly. Taught the guys how to fly the planes. It was American, they learned on American soil how to fly those fucking
Yes,
planes.
that's what I heard too. Yeah.
Right. And it was either and that was out after 9/11.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how did we not have suspicions then? Well, I did. But like I don't understand why others didn't. Oh, wait a second. Our own government or the three-letter organization taught
Yeah, okay.
terrorists how to fly planes? What? They were in our school? What?
Yeah, that's what I said when I was in the army and I found out we were training other soldiers who were our enemies. I thought that was weird in warfare. I
It
just thought
is
that was
weird. It's not supposed to be. Listen, I know I've been saying listen a lot. There's not supposed to be wars. The average person don't want to fight. Not the average person. I mean, you got bullies, you got idiots,
true.
you got low lives, you got white trash, black trash, Chinese trash. I don't care what you call it. You got trash. But for the most part, people want to live, and they want to live healthy and comfortably with their families
Mhm.
And peacefully.
and peacefully. Who
That's
the
true.
fuck wants to send their boys to war or
Right.
girls? This cat is giving us a show.
This is trouble now.
Look at those whiskers. You're such a handsome kitten. He's hugging you. Okay. All right.
Oh, wow.
Enough with the kitten porn. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Any jokes? Are we done?
Yeah.
Done. All right. Say goodbye. Say goodbye.
Good night, everybody.
Goodbye. Good
Love ya.
night.
Have a good night.
Love you
Don't
all.
let the bed bugs
I hope
bite.
Yeah.
I hope I wasn't too excitable tonight. But I'm so tired. We're all so tired. We just want it
I
to
am
be
too.
over. And I know within a month and change, we're gonna look at this cat. We're gonna know. We're
That
gonna
cat's so
find out
funny.
most of the truth. And I still think those drones may be
Yeah.
Indians.
I gotta go to bed too. Got work tomorrow, so I'm gonna go to bed too.